Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Danae, and I'm here with a quick message for you. I'm just gonna start shuffling because guess what? Today I got the timer going. We got the best of both worlds. You get to see the table, you get to see my beautiful face. So we're 3 for 3 right now because hopefully I won't keep you too long. You're welcome. Hope everybody's doing well. And let's see what message we got going for us today. Let's see. Justice. Awesome way to start. Justice kind of speaks for itself. Like, what more needs to be said about justice, right? But let's see what else comes up. That was a lot. Let's see. That's too many. That's 4 at a time. I know we're switching it up, but that's a little bit too much. 4 at a time. Today, anyway. Let's try to get some clear, concise 1, maybe 2, 3 at the most card messages. Spirit, please and thank you. Okay, come on, Spirit. Is justice all we need to know today? I mean, let me know. We could stop it right there. You see this? I mean, I'm not the best shuffler in the world, especially not with these cards, but come on. 2 of Pentacles, juggling resources, juggling decisions, perhaps, or recycling energy. Let's see what else comes up. That'll tell us more about that. Oh, I was supposed to be reading what's under, wasn't I? My bad. That was the point of me shuffling this way. And that also helps give us a little bit more texture to the message. I will take that. Well, it's 3 cards, but I'll take them. And then I'll take 2 more. That's the Chariot, the Page of Wands, and then the 10 of Swords. Okay. Oh, I'll bring them down when I start because then you'll be able to see them too. All right. Let's see. 2 of Cups on the bottom of the deck after that shuffle. Let's see. Can I get 2 more cards? 1 and 1 if possible. That would be great. It's 3, too many for here. Too many. It's a lot to be said today, apparently, and that must be the God honest truth with the Ace of Swords. Wow, there's a lot of information. I'm taking it as information that's trying to push through the channels here, maybe in an ethereal sense, maybe in a, I don't know. I would say, so what? In a divine sense with the Ace of Swords. It's a lot. Justice is trying to bring information to the surface, clarity, understanding, which makes a lot of sense for the time that we're in. 1 more card, Spirit. I feel like I need something else. There we go. Thank you. Balance. Again, equal give and take. Wow, that's so amazing. Because it started with justice and it kind of ends with justice. But what I'm seeing it as like justice, yep. And then this is on the bottom, hidden enemies. Justice from hidden enemies, hidden agendas, things that, you know, this has been coming up a lot about things under the surface coming to light. The justice is, and a lot of it has been on, oh, I said I was going to pull it down, didn't I? So you can see tip. Right? And a lot of the justice has been on account of these moments in our lives when we were juggling our energy, our information, our time when there wasn't quite a balance in our energetic force. Like, you know, this card is like a robbing Peter to pay Paul. So we can take it with it being Pentacles as a very material card. But also, as I say, it's energy too. So even if it wasn't necessarily money that's being juggled or balanced or trying to find a management of sorts, it's just as much energetic as anything, where you may have been trying to balance your emotional stability or your psychological wellness, you know, just to name a few things. Like energy in a mental and spiritual sense manifests to be energy in a material sense, which is why our mental health and our spiritual balance is so important. Our emotional balance is so important, because whatever state of being we are in that sense is what it gets to be in the physical sense. Even if you seem to have a whole bunch of money and material wealth or material gain, there's still an imbalance if the starting point is not so. You know, so there have been a lot of justifications coming to light here with the Justice card starting out the gate, because a lot of us in this energy here were so on account of external interference. So there are some things that we have 100% invested ourselves into, or made an alliance with, or stayed in alignment with, an agreement with, that may have caused some imbalances in our lives. And then there are some energies, like I'm reading here in this middle spread, that were imposed or being an imposition on that balance in ways that we weren't even aware of. Okay, so let's look at this Chariot card. This is about moving forward victoriously in a new, it's that, you know, in a new energy to expand, new inspiration. And again, this card came up yesterday, I believe, this one, and about a new sense of awareness of power and potential, you know, of your potential energy to expand in some dynamic way, that usually for the most part is pretty high vibrational, especially when we're talking about the Chariot card here that speaks about moving forward victoriously. Yeah, and then here these guys are again. It's, you know, it's been the same message. I guess just to really truly prepare for the revelation of truth in its most expansive form. And again, for it to potentially be, you know, with this being at the bottom of the deck, hidden enemies and deception, a determination for demise against you in some way, shape, or form. I'm with the Justice card here. It could speak to also there being some justification of energies that were an imposition from a higher place of power, a higher authority. I'm hearing just straight up and down like some corrupt, you know, some corrupt investigations, you know, or, you know, there's been some corruption on the highest tiers of government, you know, that are now being brought to their knees in a sense and being exposed with this card here, where they're, yeah, because see, and this card is about equal give and take, but it also can imply being breadcrumbs. So maybe there was some injustices to the people, again, from a higher authority, that were, you know, where people have been missing out on things that have been due to them. How can I say this better? Because it just hasn't been balanced. Society hasn't been balanced. Like I'm trying to find some other way to say what I've been saying. And I guess that's just the message, that there's what was unjustified you know, crimes against humanity I hear right now, where again, people have been kept in these impoverished and deplorable conditions and in despair unjustifiably for the sake of a monopoly of power over said people, which are resources and valuable in the earth. It's just turning up. It's turning up, and it speaks very clearly to why there's so many messages trying to just like fall out on the table at once, because it's just time. And yesterday I got the Eight of Wands card, which is about communication coming at a rapid pace. It's almost like overwhelming how much truth is coming toward you, and it may come from a very internal place. It may, you know, be revelations that are coming up in your being, you know, to help you find, help you come to to closure. That's what it really is, to bring closure to these moments of imbalance, so that the things that so there's just knowledge across the board and clarity across the board, so all things are equal, and clearing up disadvantages that may have been imposed upon the people based on their lack of knowledge or their lack of experience, their lack of wisdom, lack of resources. You know, all this Two of Pentacles is very much that, just really just trying to find, you know, keep your head above water, literally, you know, with this card. And, you know, now we are being set free to move about the planet, you know, in a very victorious way with this Chariot card here, after incurring some great setbacks and adversities and challenges in life. And it almost feels fresh and new in the sense that we don't even feel, it's like, you know, you're coming out from a dark cave into the sunlight. You have to kind of adjust your eyes to the rays of truth, the exposure. That's what it is. Exposure. That's what it is. Exposure of hidden enemies in their truest form, because many of us have known there might be some things going on under the surface or behind the scenes that we couldn't quite put our finger on the totality of. Now the exposure is so bright that it's almost blinding, you know, but where it might seem, and it might for some put you in a position to feel, this is like betrayal here, this Ten of Swords. It might put you in a position to feel like, you know, you don't even know where to begin, you know, with this Page of Wands. Like, where do I begin? You almost feel like you're starting all over again in your relationships, which is Justice, Venus energy, in your relationships and your connections. It makes you almost feel like, it may make you almost feel very green to the earth, as it truly is, because you've been operating in such a way where things made sense in one regard. Now, you know, it's just a whole new perspective of life. And again, it's just so vivid that it almost makes you feel like, oh, stop, you know, let me put my shades on. I don't even want to see anymore. I don't want to see this right now. But take heart that it's bringing you to, it's like balance. Justice is here to bring you to ultimate balance, where there's equal give and take, where communities are being restored, individually and collectively, because the individual is the collective. We're all connected in a sense. And so it's bringing this justice that may have been at a high seated position down almost to the masses. Because what you see here in these two cards is the scales and the scale. So it's like spiritual justice is now coming into physical justice. It's materializing. That's all that I really want to say. Spiritual justice is materializing in the earthly realm. And look, do I need to say more? The most valuable queen in the deck, the Queen of Pentacles. So the justice is served. You are the sole executor of your estate. Once again, once again, I can say that with this Queen of Pentacles here. And really, there's nothing to fear and nothing to worry about, because as tarot readers love to say, everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. And you get to begin in the truth and clarity that will last a lifetime of balance. This is where you once had to feel very isolated and doing it by yourself and trying to figure out, and I can speak to this on my own accord, trying to figure out how to rob Peter to pay Paul, and how to keep with all that physical, with all your focus on the physical, you also have to be mentally and spiritually and emotionally grounded and sound, especially if you have someone to care for like I do with my son. And sometimes it could be a lot of weight on your chest, that again, to just keep your head above water in this cesspool of of emotional, I don't even know what to call it, like debris that we live in the earth. But this is definitely a hopeful message that for all the ways that you have balanced your resources, and integrity nonetheless, because justice is justified in itself. It's a culmination of what, I don't even know how to say that, but it's bringing all things to, it's settling all things again of closure. I already said that, so I don't need to say it again. So it's about closure on the things, on the ways that you have had to maintain balance in some of the most dire circumstances. Now, again, the forwarding message is that clarity is either here or is sure to come, the way those cards were spitting out. And what that's going to do is put you in the ultimate position of balance, not just to stabilize your life, but also to be of value, to be of service to your community, and to others. For me, to my son, who's my first point of service at this time, to really be able to give from this space of fulfillment and security, and even abundance, perhaps, for sure and for certain. You can't really give of yourself until you are filled up. And this Queen of Pentacles here on the top of the deck definitely speaks about someone that is nurtured self and is able to nurture others, and is very intentional about how she invests her energy and how she allows her energy to align with others, so that she continues to multiply and enhance her value, and not to align with any person, place, or thing that would diminish that in any way. So so it's just speaking to the high value of who you already are, that any energy that's in this frequency at this time this implies that it's already been defeated. Anything that's coming against the value of who you are has already lost. It's already lost, because the Queen of Pentacles is so self-assured of her value that nothing external from that can project anything else. She's very self-assured and aware, and that's why she lives in an environment and in spaces, and creates spaces of vitality for herself and for others. She is wealth. She is wealth. I've been speaking a lot about a rich mentality versus a wealthy mentality, and that's the energy that we're being called to. You can be rich with hella material things to show for it and still be poor in spirit. What we're after is being rich and righteous, which equals wealth, ultimately, something that's sustainable for you and that can be passed down from generation to generation. Because as this Two of Pentacles suggests, in this balance here, how it's multiplied, from your investments. When you have a wealthy mindset, which means the value of yourself beyond all else and, you know, disconnected from all else, that is the value that creates material, a material harvest that is lasting, not fleeting, not here today, going tomorrow, not, you know, good for material exchange, but still doesn't allow you to sleep at night, or takes away from something that is of some spiritual satisfaction. No, you don't have to sacrifice your spiritual satisfaction for physical or material satisfaction. The two can align here in this card here, can perfectly align, and you can experience the luxuries of the earth, you know, of the earth, and also still stay connected to the frequency of the ethereal. In spirit and in truth, be wealthy, be rich, and be righteous. It is so.